Hello. As the newly appointed president of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators for 2022, I wanted to introduce myself to you and tell you a bit about my plans and ask you about your thoughts, ideas and questions that you may have. I'm delighted to be the first president of CIArb, who is both a female and a mediator. However, I am passionate about how we share the knowledge, the skills, the tools, all the forms of dispute resolution to enable everyone to understand how to use and access them. So the first question I would like to pose to all of us is, how can we integrate the essential skills and values of conflict management beyond dispute resolution so that they can be accepted, understood and practiced by businesses and organisations, as well as by individuals of all ages and backgrounds? Here are some of the areas I think we can impact, and there are three: business, current challenges, and the global community. In terms of business, one of the things that first inspired me to become a mediator was the Tomorrow's Company inquiry that took place in 1995. And that inquiry posed one question to business leaders, which is, what is it that will differentiate top performing companies of the future? And the answer was twofold. One was the inclusive approach, and that means valuing relationships with all stakeholders, not just shareholders. And the second was the adversarial approach to relationships, which was seen as being one of the key things that holds businesses back from achieving their true potential. And so my second question is, how can we empower both businesses and individuals to achieve growth by valuing relationships and humanity, and so be more inclusive and less adversarial in our dealings with one another? In terms of current challenges, today, more than ever, we live in what I feel are disruptive and turbulent times where individuals and corporations and governments need to find a way to initiate and be part of some of the big conversations around challenging topics that are affecting us all. That could be climate change, race, terrorism, politics, environmental disaster, and of course, COVID-19. And so my third question is, how can the skills of dispute resolution and conflict management help us to have these big conversations? Thirdly, global community. I was nicknamed the Barefoot Mediator, many of you know that, during lockdown because I wasn't wearing shoes in my virtual meetings, and it seems to have stuck. So looking into that term barefoot, it originates from the doctors in China. They were country folk, the barefoot doctors, working in their own paddy fields, who trained in basic medicine to help spread healthcare and reduce infection rates. It was a low-cost strategy to achieve high health outcomes, but the core principle was to keep people healthy. Barefoot doctors were part of the community. And so my vision for this presidential year and beyond is that people from all walks of life are able to apply the principles of mediation and conflict management in their own families, workplaces, and communities. So my fourth question is, how can we, as a global community of business leaders, thought leaders, and individuals, use this unique opportunity at a pivotal point in history to promote the essence and principles of dispute resolution and conflict management and create a more harmonious and peaceful world? And so to reflect on how this vision aligns with the Chartered Institute's own mission and strategic aims, I thought I'd just summarise those for 2021 to 2023. They are to promote the constructive resolution of disputes across the globe, to be a global inclusive thought leader, and to develop and support an inclusive global community of diverse dispute resolvers. So as many of you will know, we have recently lost one of the greatest mediators and peacemakers the world has ever known, Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Now, Archbishop Tutu was instrumental in the establishment of South Africa's Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and this was a pioneering initiative which had far-reaching effects on the way we all deal with conflict. And one of the quotes from Archbishop Tutu that I wanted really to close with is, in our fragile and crowded world, we can survive only together, we can be truly free ultimately only together, and we can be human only together. And so finally, I'd like to issue a call to action. The Chartered Institute is full of visionaries. It's you who can help to fulfill these aims and the potential for 2022 and beyond. So let us together not only use, but also promote the skills, the tools, the mindsets and the methods that we are trained in using, and recognizing the opportunities to take them beyond the parameters of litigation and formal dispute resolution into the businesses to address the current challenges and to create a global community of resolvers. So the only way to predict the future is to make it happen. And my motto for my presidential year is let's piece it together. Thank you for watching.